You're watching SBN2 Rockville.
This Eyewitness News broadcast was originally aired on the following date.
Live from Rockville's news leader, SBN2 Eyewitness News with Tom Saywer, Shaun, Riff, and Stephen Roberts. Now, Eyewitness News at 11.
Severe weather batters our area with heavy rain, hail, lightning, and extreme winds, leaving nearly half of the city without power.
Oh my God!
And a lightning bolt claims the lives of 2 young teens in Rockville City. Stephen Roberts will have the latest on how much longer this deadly storm will be in our area.
And a man commits suicide by jumping 50 stories to his death off of the southern tower of the Rockville World Trade Center. How could this have happened?
Good evening, everyone. I'm Tom Saywer.
And I'm Shaun Riff. Welcome to Eyewitness News at 11. Before we begin, let's welcome a newly added team member to the Eyewitness News family. Meet Tom Saywer. He is the new co-anchor for Eyewitness News at 11. Tom joined us from our sister station KSBN TV. Tom, welcome to SBN2.
Thank you, Shaun. It's definitely an honor to anchor here at SBN2 Eyewitness News. I've met everyone and the whole team is simply amazing. It looks like this is going to be the beginning of a very interesting and long-lasting career. It is truly an honor to be working at the flagship station here on the SBN television network.
We are all pleased to welcome you here to SBN2, Tom, but we have a very busy news night, so let's begin with the local news.
This afternoon, severe weather nearly brought Rockville to a standstill with major thunderstorms, hail, and heavy rain drenching our area. The storm has caused massive traffic delays and led to the closure of the Rockville Central Station due to flooding on the tracks. Workers are there right now trying to drain the water. The station will hopefully be open for tomorrow morning's commute. Winds from the storm have knocked down several trees in the area, leaving some residents without power this evening. The Rockville Power Authority is reporting that nearly half of the city of Rockville is still without power. Cloud-to-ground lightning has been a staple of this storm, striking numerous places around town. One bolt struck a house, killing 2 teenagers. Eyewitness News reporter Evan Ritter is live in front of the home where the 2 teens were killed. But first, we begin with Stephen Roberts, who has been monitoring the situation throughout the day and is in the AccuWeather Center with the latest. Stephen.
Tom, this deadly storm is slowly coming to an end. It is still cloudy outside and lightly raining, and we still have some lightning rumbling around in the sky, but not as nearly as bad as before. During the height of the storm, wind gusts reached 67 miles per hour in the city. In the Rockville mainland, there was a reported wind gust of 72 miles per hour. These gusts are nearly hurricane strength. Rockville Center and the University had gusts in the 60-mile-per-hour range. There were also 20 reported lightning strikes. Most of the lightning was reported in the city, which sadly killed 2 people today. We definitely do not experience weather like this at all in Rockville. This is very rare for the month of March. This storm continues to be a dangerous situation, and it is not over yet. There's still some thunderstorms that have to pass through our area before all is said and done. We will have much more information on what will come next, and we'll tell you why the storm is so severe during the AccuWeather forecast later in the newscast. Now back to you guys down in the studio.
Stephen, thank you. This deadly weather also spawned a series of numerous cloud-to-ground lightning strikes, as Stephen and Tom just mentioned. Most of the lightning strikes were concentrated within the city, which subsequently struck many office buildings. The south tower of the Rockville World Trade Center was just one of the many buildings that were hit, leaving the entire complex without power this evening. And there it is as you see it, just standing in the dark. We have also learned that one of those lightning bolts were fatal and claimed the lives of 2 young teens instantly, leaving their entire family in utter shock and disbelief. Evan Ritter is live in front of the home where those 2 teens were killed. Evan, we can only imagine how this family is coping now.
Shaun, this family is doing as well as can be expected. All of them are understandably upset as this storm claims 2 victims.
Oh my God! My children were robbed from me! Oh God! The loves of my life are gone!
The mother, Ashley King, was clearly upset and in shock of the death of her 2 children.
They were just fine! They were only calling 911 and then they just die right in front of my eyes! Oh my God! Oh.
According to police and paramedics, The two teens were on the phone when the lightning struck the main telephone line, sending a surge of electricity through the phone wires, shocking both teenagers, killing them instantly. The names of the two victims are Anthony and Elsa King. When other neighbors heard of their deaths, they were in utter disbelief.
This is just unbelievable. For a storm to kill two innocent young teens like that is just shocking. It's just unfair.
What? No. I cannot accept this. What? Two teenagers dead like that? No. Don't you tell me this. I cannot hear this.
Many of the people you just saw are still in shock tonight. According to officials at the scene, the house had two phone lines. The lightning bolt directly struck the phone lines, sending a massive electrical surge to the lines and killing the teens using the phone. As you can see behind me, this house and most of the houses around here are without power. We're live in downtown tonight. Evan Ritter, SBN2, Eyewitness News.
It's very sad, Evan, thank you. There was another death in the city tonight, but this time the weather was not to blame. A man somehow gained access to the roof of the southernmost tower of the Rockville World Trade Center. He jumped off of the building and fell 50 stories to his death. Mary Riff is live in the plaza of the Rockville World Trade Center in Midtown with this developing story. Mary.
Tom, the Rockville World Trade Center is still sealed off at this hour. We are not allowed to get any closer than we are right now as investigations are still taking place. Security remains very tight in this area as officials attempt to figure out how this man got into the roof of the South Tower and why he jumped off. As you look above me, the whole complex is still without power. The Rockville police are currently inside of the building and on the roof. No witnesses have yet come forward. The body was not spotted or reported until much later, most likely because the weather kept everyone inside. The death scene was actually caught with surveillance cameras throughout the complex that were running on the backup generator. We cannot air the video as it is extremely graphic. The body was found on Midtown Avenue, which is on the western side of the southernmost Twin Tower, after the storm. Some medical officials say that it may take weeks to identify the person since the body was dismembered by the impact of the fall. We will definitely continue to follow the story and bring you the latest information as it becomes available. For now, we're live in Midtown in the plaza of the Rockville World Trade Center. Mary Riff, SBN2 Eyewitness News.
Shocking, Mary. Thank you. In national news, on February 27th, Vice President Dick Cheney was apparently the target of a suicide bomber. The Vice President was visiting Afghanistan where a suicide bomber strapped with a bomb blew himself up outside military base in Bagram. 9 people were killed and many were injured. The Vice President, however, was unhurt by the blast.
The weather continues to be a major topic in the news this month. On Thursday, March 1st, a relatively strong cold front created a massive storm system that brought numerous tornadoes to the southern United States. Alabama was particularly hard hit with as many as 20 people killed due to the deadly weather. Hundreds of others were severely injured. The National Guard was sent to help and rescue victims affected by those deadly tornadoes. The National Atmospheric and Oceanic Association says this weather may have been significantly influenced by El Niño for the intensity of these storms and the damage that they caused.
10 children and a woman were killed on Wednesday, March 7th in the Bronx borough of New York City due to a massive 3-alarm fire. At least 17 others were injured that night from the blaze. The 4-story brick building had a total of 22 residents. The fire makes it the city's deadliest fire in over 17 years, with the exception of 9/11. A space heater is believed to be the cause of the fire. Investigators say that the family had no warning of the fire because both smoke detectors in the homes had no batteries. Funerals have already been held for the West African family.
Some breaking news now in Midtown at the Rockville Central Station. There's reportedly been an explosion there. Jason Evers is now in Air 2 HD flying over Central Station. You can clearly see the smoke billowing out of the building from this reported explosion.
Indeed, Tom. We are working on getting Jason Evers on the air so that he can tell us in detail what he sees, but we are having some technical difficulties. So we will work on fixing that and get a report from Jason as soon as possible. In the meantime, Mary Riff is in the area as we speak. She was the closest reporter, I believe, to the Central Station, and she is on her way to the scene now. This is clearly an eerie scene that we are watching unfold live.
We also want to mention that Tanya Cohn is now en route to the scene.